Every story needs a beginning, and for Africa, the story the world loves to tell usually starts in the same place. It's a familiar picture, one you've seen 1,000 times. It's the wide, dusty landscape, the sun striking down mercilessly. It's the child with sad eyes, a swollen belly, a fly buzzing near their face. It's the sound of far-off conflict, the headlines screaming about a coup, a famine, a forgotten war. This is the Africa of the international news cycle, the Africa of the charity appeal, a continent frozen in a single tragic pose, forever in need of saving. It's a simple story, easy to digest, pity mostly. This narrative is powerful because it isn't entirely false. It's just aggressively incomplete. Yes, there is struggle. I've seen it. I've lived in its shadow. I know the gnawing anxiety of poverty, the frustration of systems failing the people they should protect. These challenges are real and the pain is immense. To ignore them would be a lie, but to pretend this is the only story is an even bigger, more insidious lie. It flattens a billion people into a single sob story, erasing their joy, their genius, their sheer unrelenting will to live. Think about it. We're shown images of people waiting for aid, hands outstretched. What we don't see is what those hands were doing an hour before, or what they will be building an hour later. We see the drought-cracked earth, but not the farmer digging a new irrigation channel with a borrowed shovel. We see the crowded makeshift classroom, but we miss the fierce determination in the eyes of a young girl who walked 10 kilometers to be there, convinced that an education is her weapon to change the world. Now let me tell you about the Africa I know, the one that wakes up long before the sun, the one that doesn't wait for a handout because it's too busy creating its own opportunities. This is the Africa of the hustle. In the sprawling markets of Lagos, you'll find women who are masters of logistics, running entire supply chains from a single stall, their minds sharper than any MBA's spreadsheet. They aren't just vendors, they are CEOs of micro-empires, turning a small investment into school fees, a new home, a legacy for their children. This isn't a story of survival, it's a masterclass in entrepreneurship. This spirit of innovation isn't confined to the marketplace. It's solving real, everyday problems with a kind of brilliance born from necessity. In the rural fields of Kenya, farmers are using their simple phones, not the latest iPhone, to check market prices via SMS, to get weather forecasts via SMS. This isn't Silicon Valley tech, it's practical magic. It's a young woman in Rwanda who, tired of seeing medical supplies delayed, helps build a drone delivery network to fly blood bags to remote clinics, saving lives in minutes instead of hours. This isn't aid, this is ingenuity. It's looking at a problem and not asking who will save us, but how will we solve this? You see, the narrative of despair forgets one crucial element. People get tired of waiting. And let's talk about winning, because for a long time, the only wins the world associated with Africa were on the football pitch or the marathon course. And yes, we are amazing at that. When Eliud Kipchoge broke the 2-hour marathon barrier, it wasn't just a victory for Kenya, it was a testament to human potential that resonated across the globe. When the Nigerian Super Eagles or the Senegalese Lions of Teranga take the field, entire nations hold their breath, united in a single roaring hope. But the stadiums are getting bigger, and the games are changing. The new champions are emerging in fields the old narrative never even knew existed. In Nigeria, a country with more people than Russia, a new generation is building a cinematic universe that rivals Hollywood. They call it Nollywood. Armed with small budgets but immense creativity, they are telling African stories for African audiences, and now the world is tuning in. These aren't just movies. They are cultural exports, challenging stereotypes with every scene and creating thousands of jobs in the process. The same energy is exploding in the music world. Artists like Burna Boy, Wizkid, and Tems aren't just making hits, they are creating a global movement with Afrobeats. This is the sound of modern Africa, confident, complex, and unapologetically joyful. So, who is behind this shift? Who are these new lions? Who are these hustlers? Who are these builders? It's the youth. Africa is the youngest continent. More than half of its population is under the age of 25. Think about that for a moment. While other parts of the world are aging, Africa is brimming with explosive energy, fearless ambition, slight insanity of youth. They are the architects of tomorrow, and they are definitely not using the old blueprints. They are connected, they are informed, and, well, they are impatient. They've grown up with the internet in their hands and they see what's possible. I hear their voices all the time. I meet them in Johannesburg, in Kigali, in Lagos. They are not defined by the struggles of their parents' generation. They respect the past, but they are not chained to it. A young woman from Ghana once told me, "My grandmother fought for independence from colonial rule. My mother fought for democracy. My fight is for economic freedom, for a life where my ideas can build a company, not just a protest sign." Her dream isn't just about survival, it's about thriving. She doesn't want aid, she wants investment. She doesn't want pity, she wants a partnership. This brings us to the big question. As we watch this incredible transformation, what does progress actually mean for Africa? The world loves to measure progress with charts and graphs, GDP growth, foreign investment, literacy rates, and those numbers are important. They represent real improvements in people's lives. But if we only look at the numbers, we risk falling into the same old trap, viewing Africa through a Western lens of what development should look like. True progress cannot be a simple copy and paste of another continent's journey. It has to be defined from within. Maybe real progress is measured in a different way. Maybe it's in the confidence of a young girl walking to school, unafraid. It's about blending the best of the new, technology, global connections, with the best of the old. The wisdom of elders, the strength of community, the spirit of Ubuntu. Africa's story, then, is not a simple choice between hope and despair. It is a complex, beautiful, and sometimes messy dance between the two. It's about building a future that doesn't erase the past. It's about finding a unique African definition of a better tomorrow, one that includes not just economic prosperity, but also joy, dignity, connection. The continent's greatest challenge and its greatest opportunity is to innovate not just in technology, but in business, and in the very idea of what it means for a society to be truly wealthy. The answer won't be found in a World Bank report. It will be found in the hearts and minds of its people, the architects of a future that is finally, truly, their own.